If we are the image of God that has been placed inside of God's temple, the temple creation, it's logical for us to ask the question, what does that actually mean? What is God's image? How are human beings different from animals? What sets us apart? What does it mean to be created in the image and likeness of God? Well, a couple of, actually three different ways that question has been proposed or answered by Christians in Christian theology. So first is the substance view. The substance view says that the image of God is a group of qualities or faculties that set human beings apart from the rest of creation. There's something in us, substantially within us, some quality, some ability, some faculty, and it's those abilities and faculties that make us in the image of God. They are faculties that God himself exercises, albeit to a greater degree. And typically, the faculties that are pointed to are things like reason, the ability to reason, volition, the ability to make, to reason out leading to decisions, moral capacity, and really any of those communicable attributes of God that we mentioned earlier, graciousness, love, kindness, goodness, all of the ability to manifest and exercise those faculties. Now, obviously, some of those faculties are also present within the animal creation, but they are present to a different degree within human beings, just as they are present to a different degree in God. So it is those faculties in their degree that constitute the image of God. A second answer to the question, what is the image of God, is the relational view. And here the image of God is the human ability to have relationships. Now, animals have relationships, but they tend to be somewhat limited. Someone pointed out to me the other day that in the animal kingdom, there are no grandparents. Now, there might be some exceptions, but for the most part within species, there's a parent, there's a child, but, you know, usually the child, once the child animal has grown and leaves the nest or leaves the herd or whatever, they kind of go off and do their own thing. They don't, you know, come back for Christmas dinner, right? That relationship, there's no relationship. There's procreation, but there's no real relationship. And even if there is, that certainly doesn't extend to the third generation, grandparents and so on. So there's a connection within the animal kingdom, but you don't have relationships in the same way that you find within the created order. And so some theologians have said it is the capacity for relationship that really constitutes the image of God. And then the third view is the functional view. The image of God refers to the calling and ability to fulfill a certain function in creation, to exercise authority over the rest of creation. So the commission to stewardship, the commission to governance, it is that function of taking kind of a developmental lead to build things, to create things, to improve things. It is that function that is really at the heart of what it means to be in the image of God. I think you can probably see that each of those views has some strengths within it, and perhaps there's a sense in which they are all true in some sense.